regarding what makes a good family member on a family business board, I think that's fundamentally it's the same attributes that make any director successful. I would start with, for example, curiosity. That's really what I was trying to think through. What is really driving the business? What are the levers that create value? Where are the risks? Just sort of a continuous thought process, as the discussion evolves and as you have a chance to interact with other members of management. This should always be top of mind. And the second attribute I think is very important is your commitment and your passion for the business. Basically, this is all about engagement. There's no scorecard. It's not a P&L statement. It's really up to you to develop that level of passion. I don't think you can really be an effective board member if you treat it as just, for example, another business, because the goals are a little more broader and they're generally longer term. And finally, I think you need to be a good listener. You don't have a lot of time. There's a lot of noise in board meetings and committee meetings, and so you really have to discipline yourself to listen, to pay attention. And this is much more difficult than it seems, because the tendency for most of us, of course, is to jump in. But this really applies whether you're family or not family. If you're looking for specific skill sets, you've done your board surveys, you've had your discussions at Nom and Gov committee, there are gaps that evolve as the business evolves. Now think about it, for example, with AI now, which really wasn't a factor 5 or 6 years ago. So as these develop, clearly we're more likely to go outside for those because it's such a broad pool. If there's a good family member that has very specific skill sets, of course we're going to be interested, but we also are trying to balance out the amount of family members to independence, so there are some limitations, but by and large we probably are more often going to go outside for very unique or specific skill sets. But really, if you think about it, a family member is most aligned with where does the family want to take the business long term. And so there's an obligation from the family board member to really provide oversight and to help with the steering of this. So you have what is going to drive the business here and now, but also what's going to create value long term. And then frankly, how does this all align with what the family's goals are? So I think when you look at that, there's a very unique level of responsibility for a family member. And there's a really high degree of accountability because the family members ultimately are answering to family and have an obligation to family. So that family aspect, along with independence, I think really provides an incredibly robust potential for a board to add value. And then finally, the question as to what piece of wisdom or what would be some ideas as to how a family member would develop their skills to successfully serve on the board. I think you start by, of course, building out your business skills and your leadership skills, and there's a lot of ways to do this. Participation in organizations, just paying attention in your own work life, and many other aspects that go into building out a robust business leadership capability. But the one thing I think is really important is that you need to also develop a strong engagement with family. You have to develop the trust in family. You can't wait till you're on the board and then reach out to the family and ask for their trust. So I think if you're really genuinely interested in becoming an effective board member, or frankly any family board member, start early with building the relationships and the leadership within your family. Get to know them. You're going to need their support when you're on the board.